is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today is Monday, 12th of December, and this is episode 50. I love the number of 50. Yeah, I do. I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for this knitting. No, it's not a knitting. For this podcast, it is a knitting podcast. My crochet it doesn't exist at the moment. Oh, and I miss my crochet. I'm sorry if you watch me for crochet content, because it's at a very low level at the moment. Okay, whatever. I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutchy English. I make 2 episodes every Monday, one in Dutch and one in English, and I love doing that. It makes me so happy. Monday is one of my favorite days in the week. I love endless talking, and talking to my phone. It felt a bit weird in the beginning, but I got used to it by now, and I'm loving it because I imagine all the people through my phone watching my episodes and all the lovely words and all the lovely comments every time, every week. You let me know how much fun you have watching these episodes, and how much you appreciate my I spent my time making these episodes, and it's just for fun. I love doing it, so I love to hear you love watching it. That's the perfect combination. Okay. That was not the introduction I had planned. I didn't plan an introduction, but I have a lot to tell you, a lot to show you, and a lot of nice and happy and warm stuff. I want to tell you something about what I'm wearing. I have a new dress, and it's absolutely my favorite. I will tell you the whole story in a minute. I have no finished objects. I worked on 3 projects last week, and I want to share 2. One of them was my northeasterly, and I showed it last week, and I will show it next week again. But I'm knitting an advent stripe every day. The other 2 are here next to me. I received a box, a very special box, with the post. The postman delivered a very special box with a lot of woolly love, and it's not yarn. You'll be amazed. I was amazed, but I will show you that. And let's see. I guess that's all, but that's enough. Okay, what I'm wearing my braided cabled earwarmers by Jessika Kalwei. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I will link all. I want to share all I talk about. Again, Sarah, again. Oh yeah, I want to say I start calling myself Sarah, because that's how I pronounce my name in Dutch. And I thought it's a bit weird when I call myself Sarah in English, but it felt even more weird to call myself Sarah in an English speaking podcast. So it doesn't feel natural. So I guess I am a Sarah and a Sarah. I don't have to choose. I'm not Sarah or Sarah. I am Sarah and Sarah. So I will call myself Sarah in the English episodes. It feels better. So I will link all I share with you in the show notes below, and when I forget something, you can message me and I will add it. And you can find me on Instagram as It's a Sarah, and on Ravelry also as It's a Sarah. My notes on Ravelry are in English, and on Instagram I share in Dutch, but there's a translation button and it's all about the pictures, I guess. I follow some other language speaking people also, and I guess some Finnish people or Swedish people, and I don't understand a word of what they're writing below their posts, but I'm enjoying their posts, their pictures, the lovely projects, and that's enough to follow them and to get inspired and to feel happy energy. So, what I'm wearing, my headband, and also my Avena cardigan, and I've shared about the steeking process a lot, I guess, also in the English episode. Avena is not a cardigan pattern, but a sweater pattern by Jennifer Steingass, Knit Love Wool on Instagram. And I started this sweater on the first day of 2022, 1st of January. And I finished it quite quickly, but I'm not a sweater person. Although the high neckline, I tell you about that every week. But the high neckline is bothering me too much. But I want top-down colorwork sweaters. I love knitting them, but I don't love wearing them. So I made a modification, and I skipped. I saw in someone's Ravelry notes she skipped the first 4 rows, I guess, to create a wider neckline. So I did that, and that was okay. But the color work was quite deep, and this is all double, 2 strands of yarn, of course, when you're knitting color work, and it wasn't fitting me as on the way I wanted to fit me. So I didn't give this sweater a good chance, and I decided, let's stick it. So I did, and then in one of my first English episodes, I share all the process of the color, or to be colored or not to be colored. It was quite a thing. I knitted the color, and then I ripped out, and I had to rip out all the steek because I knit the steek. My favorite way to steek is with a steek sandwich. I love this. I love this detail. It's so neat, and so with that I-cord bind off, my steek is hidden in the steek sandwich. And I love this way, absolutely. It wasn't a planned steek, so I didn't have steek stitches. So that's because of this funny little, in Dutch we call them varens. Ferns, they are ferns in English. I also have a fern and feather pattern. These are ferns, but because this little end of the fern is a bit weird, but it isn't meant as a cardigan. But it's okay, I'm absolutely fine with it. But the color was bothering me, and I had to rip out and do it again, and rip out and do it again, and I didn't know. And then I decided without the color, nothing here, and I think that's the best way. And then we were already in May, I guess, maybe April, and then it was getting warmer, and this is a non-superwash yarn, and it was a bit itchy. When it's warm outside, I don't like to wear non-superwash yarns, or maybe merino. I don't know. I don't have a non-superwash merino, but it's getting itchy, and it's not itchy at all right now. But when my temperature is rising, the itchiness is also rising. So it was in my that thing you put your clothes in. No, I think I had a box. I also always put my woolly stuff in boxes. I have mats in my house, so I put it in boxes, and I set it aside. And when winter comes, I put it out of the boxes and put it in my thing you have your clothes in. Why do I? I absolutely didn't pay attention in my English lessons at high school. Okay, you know what I mean. But now it was winter again, and I didn't like this cardigan, and it was laying there, and it was screaming, "Yoo-hoo, I am here, wear me!" And I ignored. But then one day I thought, I have to wear it because I love the colors. I don't have such a white cardigan in my wardrobe, and I love the yarn. I don't know what it is exactly. It was a gift from my parents-in-law, and they said, I guess it was a alpaca, but I'm not sure because I don't know how non-superwash alpaca feels, but I think this is woolly yarn, sheep yarn. And they don't know where they bought it. It was a bit of a shabby sheep farm, my mother-in-law told me. But it's lovely yarn. The color is Rauma Finul. And it's perfect. This yarn it feels so nice and so as a warm hug. I told you I showed my cardigan last week, my Sunday cardigan. I wear it all the time. It's absolutely lovely. But this is also a warm hug. But 2 weeks ago I decided, okay, let me wear it because it is laying there and it doesn't deserve that. The yarn is too pretty, the pattern is too pretty, and the fit isn't what I want, but let's wear it. So I put it on and it was a bit, I don't know. But I think, and I googled the word, do I remember? I'm quite stubborn. Do you say it like that? I don't know the word. Didn't know the word. Stubborn. You have your own opinions. You want to do it on your own way. And when somebody tells you something, you say, no, I do it my way. A bit stubborn. Is that the right explanation? I'm quite stubborn. Ask my husband. Ask my mom. And I guess when I'm knitting something, I put a little bit of my stubbornness in my knitting. So my knitting is also a bit stubborn. And when you put two stubborn persons, two stubborn inner energies together, it will I don't know. It will do this. So when I put on my stubborn cardigan, as a stubborn person, we are both stubborn and that we are not giving each other enough space, I guess. We are just busy with our stubbornness and not seeing each other's qualities. So after a while, I had on this cardigan. I put it on, and it was it's not fitting me right now. But after 2 days, I was feeling the nice warmth, and I was forgetting my stubbornness. And I thought, oh, this cardigan is so nice and warm. I feel so nice in it. And it was as if my cardigan thought, okay, you see my quality, then I will be there for you. And as if my cardigan throwed it around my body on the perfect way, under my armpits, on my and my stubborn told me, I don't want to be worn closed. I want to be worn open. Okay. And when we see each other's qualities, and we are a perfect team. Because now it's my favorite cardigan, one of my favorite cardigans. I have a lot of favorite cardigans, but I don't know what happened, but it is as if my cardigan said, okay, I'll be there for you. We are a good team. Because look at this. How could I not like it? It's fitting me perfect. I like the way wearing my cardigans this way. I like wearing my cardigans this way, and I love the sleeves. I can put them when I'm cold. I can put them like this, and when I'm doing the dishes, I can put them like this, and yeah, it's absolutely perfect. So it's the second time no, it's not the second time. It's my experience every time, but it wasn't really in my consciousness that my knitted object and I need some time together to learn to know each other and to be fitted together in a good way. And it's not always immediately. Sometimes it takes a few days. Sometimes it needs a little adjustment, a little modification. And sometimes it just needs a little bit love and acceptation the way it is as it is. And it was a good eye-opener for me. So I have a favorite cardigan. My Avena. Do you recognize this in your knitting? As if your knitting is a bit like, oh, you all think I'm crazy and a weird woman right now, but I'm not. I am, but not in a wrong way. I love doing as if my knitting is a living thing, is telling me things, is chatting with me. I learn a lot about myself through my knitting, and I'm a how do you say it? In Dutch you say a beelddenker. I'm thinking in, when you're thinking of something and you see it happening, and you can imagine quite good. I can imagine my cardigan is talking to me in a nice way, not just in a funny way. It's fun. Oh gosh, I think I'll go through to my dress, because I'm not a crazy person. I'm just having the knitter having fun with her knits and having a good relationship with the knits. Even getting better relationships when they gave each other some time and some space. Okay, good. My dress. I have my first Hinterland dress. Ta-da! Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think I've never been so happy with a dress. I wanted a Hinterland dress for years. I saw it every time. I looked up for the pattern, and I just loved it. And I'm not a good sewer. I can sew, but sewing is quite definitive. No, that's not right. It's I'm a person who is when I'm knitting, I'm knitting, I'm making a mistake, I'm ripping out, I'm learning, I'm knitting again, I again make a mistake, rip it out, knit it again, and I've learned, and it's a process. It's the way I work. I know my husband, when he's making something with his hands, he prepares it by thinking, and he's preparing all in his head, on paper, the materials, all is he's all preparing, and when he start making it in one take it is perfect. For a long time I thought that was the way, and I was never gonna make that because it's not my way, but I didn't know. Now I know. The preparation is while I'm doing it. So I start knitting. I can't sit and think, how shall I do it? Shall I do it? It's not happening in my head. It's important it happens in my hand. So I start knitting. This doesn't work. Okay, rip out, do it again. This doesn't work also. Rip out, do it again. Looking for tutorials on YouTube, asking some how are you doing this? And then finally, sometimes immediately, and finally so other times after 5 tries, it will work out. And that's my way. And it's not only while knitting. It's with everything. I try and I stumble, and then I get up and I try again, and I stumble and I get up, and finally I have something beautiful, or I have learned something, or I created something. And it was I learned that through my knitting. That's how I am, and how things will work for me, and it was very good to know. But the dress, sewing is quite sewing something together and then thinking, oh no, this is not okay. Ripping it out it's a little bit harder than knitting, and also cutting fabric and then thinking, oh, this isn't a good way. You can use your yarn again and again, mostly, but your fabric, when it's cut, it's cut. You can't undo it. So it was a bit harder for me. And of course, when I really wanted to, I would do it. So last summer I received some beautiful fabric from my parents, my mother and father, for my birthday, brown linen and black linen. And I bought the pattern and I thought, I want that dress for ages. Let's do it now. So I started and I stumbled. And I absolutely didn't like doing it. It was annoying me. So I was sewing and I was making small steps, and it was all okay. And I thought, maybe I will make the dress before jurk. I was in Dutch it's jurk. Maybe I will finish the dress before we go on holiday and I can wear it. But I didn't make it, and then I made a mistake. I couldn't fix it. And then I put it in a bag and it was somewhere, and I didn't look at it for weeks, for months. But then I was having a coffee with Jessika. Jessika's a Dutch lady. She lives she lives in my neighborhood, and we met through knitting. She was bringing me a sock for the Sock Connect knit along, and I wasn't at home when she came by, and I said, we should have a cup of coffee when I have the time. And it costs a few weeks, but I guess in October somewhere we had a cup of coffee. And we were chatting and talking about what we did for living, and of course about knitting. But she told me she was a sewist? No, I don't know. In Dutch we say coupeuse. She was a very good sewer. She is a very good sewer, and she did it for her living, but now she preferred knitting, so she didn't do it at all. But I thought, okay, you can sew. And I didn't asked her immediately, but a few days later I texted her and I asked her if she would like to make me a dress, and I would pay her for her. I would pay her for it, of course. And if she didn't like it, it was absolutely fine, absolutely okay. But I decided I'm not the person who's gonna make that dress. I want to look for someone else. And she was there, and she said, "Of course, I will do it for you." So I went by and I brought all my stuff and I fitted, and she measured and she did and that, and I bought buttons and all the stuff. And then I said, "Take it easy, no hurry," because of course I wanted the dress immediately, but I know, just take it easy, it's okay, I'm happy someone will make me a dress. And last Wednesday she texted me, "It's ready, the brown one is ready, so you can come this afternoon if you want it." So I went by and I put it on, and it was a magical moment, because that dress was me, was all I wanted, it was perfect. It is perfect, and I never took it off. That's not true. I took it off when I go to bed, but this dress, I put it on every day since I have it. And I think I will only put it, do it out. It's not, but she will make me another one, a black one. And I will wear this one until the black one is finished. And I love it. I love it. So I will show you. It is the Hinterland dress, but with some modifications. She's a very good sewer, so she looked what worked for me and what didn't. It's the one without the sleeve, so I can wear it all seasons. In summer with nothing, and or with a short sleeve tank top t-shirt, and now with a long sleeve t-shirt. But it is she made a lovely little heart from a vintage fabric in my neck. I can't show it. I tried it in the last episode, but it didn't work out. As a nice detail, and I love it. She just measured. She made it for me. It's perfect. I had some coconut buttons, and let me stand up a bit. It has pockets, deep pockets. I love it, and a ceinture. Do you call it in English? There are no buttons here. That's also an option. But when I was thinking to make it myself, I choose for no buttons because that was easier. And it's perfect. It's perfect. The black one will be with buttons because I like it. But this dress, it is just. I think it's very important you feel yourself in your clothes. Maybe I said it before, but for me it's very important to feel good. My clothes, and it's not. Sometimes it's about style, but it's sometimes I can feel perfectly fine in one of my outfits one day and absolutely horrible in the same outfit the next day. So it's not always about the clothes, but this combination, some knitwear and this dress, is so me at this moment. I don't know. I feel so good. So, I know. I'm so me. So I'm so very happy with the dress and the cardigan and everything. It's just, I'm a happy woman. My children calls it, how do you say it? In Dutch they say it's your breivrouwtjes outfit. It's your knitting woman? No, knitting granny outfit. I think that's the good translation. Knitting granny outfit. Now let me be a knitting granny. I'm a happy one. So that's what I'm wearing. Absolutely nice, absolutely fine. Next, I don't have any finished objects. I've knitted quite some. I didn't have very much knitting time, but I knit at this sweater in this lovely project bag in a vintage fabric. It makes me very happy every time I see it. It's from a Dutch knitter, Rachel, and it was a gift to me. And I am knitting Caidree's home sweater V-neck, and this sweater will be for my daughter, for my 16-year-old daughter, and I decided I only make things knitwear when she doesn't like it. I can wear it, so only colors and patterns we both like, because it did happen quite sometimes when she was younger. I made her something and put quite some time and materials in it, and she doesn't wear it as much as we both hoped, and it was not feeling fine for her, and also not for me. So I decided, okay, I can understand when you are young and your mother makes you something and you are not feeling right in it, that you don't want to wear it, but you also feel a bit guilty about not wearing it because you asked for it. And so I thought, when I make something I can wear, it's okay. Then when she doesn't like it, okay, let me wear it, it's okay. So, but this is not a sweater I wear. I hardly wear any jeans. Maybe I have some flared jeans. Maybe when I have this sweater I will. But I think she likes it a lot. It's a very nice yarn. I showed you last week. It is a bit of greeny brown. I couldn't see when I ordered it online if it was green or brown. And when I had it in my hands, I still can't see. But I think it's more green. It's brownish green. It's the color Into the Woods from Sunday Sandnes Garn, the Petite Knit series. And I hold it double. It's a fingering merino, non-superwash merino, and it feels very, very nice. I love this yarn. I bought it with a discount at Pippa Luke. That's a Dutch online shop. And it was very nice. I always think it's quite hard to spend so much money at yarn when you are not sure you like the yarn. I was a bit doubting about it, but now I bought this yarn with quite some discount and I love it very much. So it was absolutely okay to pay the full price, and I will do it again. I love this yarn. I love the construction. It's a top-down dropped shoulder sweater. And it's my second one. The first one was the Kerr sweater from Rebecca. And I didn't understand what I was doing right then because it was the first time. And now I thought, it's almost the same. I preferred Rebecca's way because she increased to make the shoulder shaping, and Caidree is doing that with short rows, and both ways are knitting fine, but you can see my short rows right here. That's the only thing I think it's a bit annoying, and maybe this is, you can see it more at the left side. Maybe it will block out and it will be okay, but it was nice to learn all the things. So I knitted the first part, and when I joined it in the round, I knitted my yarn balls. When they were finished, my yarn balls, I started the sleeve. I think it's working more. It's just a little sweater on my lap is working nicer. I knitted my sleeve magic loop. I love knitting sleeves the way. That way. So now I will pick up the stitches for the other sleeve and I will knit that, and then I will knit the ribbing for the neckline. So I'm quite sure that's okay, and then it's only in the round and finish the body. And yeah, my daughter loved the fit very much, the color very much, and she thinks the yarn isn't itchy, and she's quite critical. She is quite critical about itchy yarn. She is a very sensitive person. So this is not an itchy yarn to her, and that's nice to know. So when you're looking for some non-itchy yarn, this passed the itchy test with success. Okay, so I'm working on that, and it's making me very happy. But Saturday evening I started another project, and all my attention goes. I didn't start my Christmas socks already. I'm not feeling Christmas already. It's coming, but it's not here. It's not here yet. I was knitting some house socks for my daughter's boyfriend. His birthday is the day after Christmas, and I want to knit him something. And I was making this, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the color combination. I do like the fabric. I'm holding 3 strands of long yarn shovel together, and I really love the fabric, but I didn't like the colors. And I was telling myself, okay, it will be okay when the socks are ready. It will look as a scrappy sock, and it's okay. So I was thinking about ripping it out, but there was a bit of a disbalance between my heart and my head. My heart was telling me, this is not a good combination. I'm not jumping. That's what my heart said. I'm not jumping. It's very important for me that my heart makes a jump of the things I make. And I have a very jumping heart. It jumps a lot, but it wasn't jumping when knitting on these socks. It was, I don't like it. But my head was telling me, you took some time, you spent some time knitting these, finish it, and don't worry, it will be okay, it will be okay. But I wasn't feeling it. So I decided to make other socks for him. I won't rip out these because I think my husband will like them. He said he would. And I will finish them. I think maybe it was the combination for the boy I made them for, that they weren't. It was not a good. I don't know. It was not a good combination. These colors and that boy, that was not a good combination, I guess. So I will finish these ones, and I casted on some new socks. I made little yarn balls from several colors, and I put every skein in half. And I have 2, so I can knit with 2 strands instead of 3 strands. I chose, let me see. I'm knitting 2 together on separate needles. This is my Haya and this is my Choku. 3mm needles. I casted on 14 stitches for the toe and increased to 26. So I have 52 in total. And then I knit 8 rounds, and every stripe is also 8 rounds. And I choose 3 shades of grey, 3 shades of brown, and 3 shades of green. And I've started with dark grey, dark brown, and dark green. And now the middle grey, middle brown, middle green. And then I have the light brown, the light grey, light brown, and light green. And then I will see it. And the heel is something. And in between, I measured it with my, I have his foot on cupboard. And I used my Fish Lips Kissway to place a line for the heel. And I will make matching heels, toes, heels, and cuffs. And I love this fabric too. I didn't do joggler stripes. It was a choice. I don't, and it's quite funny, but I don't want to knit joggler stripes, and it's only just slipping 1 stitch, and it's not. I don't know why I don't want it, but I felt I don't want it, and I'm quite a perfectionist, and doing something imperfect now and then is important to me. So I'm doing imperfect jog stripes, and I'm absolutely fine with that. So I'm knitting on these, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So that's my my most attention goes to these days, and I also love to finish them in time, so I don't have to stress about it. And it's nice to make him something, and that's also interesting. There is something changing in my family. I always want to knit everything for my family, but they don't want it. But now my daughter wants a sweater. My husband wants a cardigan. I don't know what's happening. My husband and I, we are very different, and that's absolutely fine and okay and fun. But he wears fleece cardigans. I hate fleece cardigans. I mean, it's polyester. It's just a plastic cardigan, and he loved to live in it when he's at home. And I can't understand, and it's absolutely okay if he wants to wear it. But how can you prefer fleece to a woolly cardigan? I can't understand. But he never worn a woolly cardigan. He doesn't fit mine, and he also thinks everything is itchy. But now, and I didn't ask. But last week, 2 weeks ago, he said, can you knit me a cardigan? What are you saying? What are you asking? So I will do that, but he's quite critical. So small steps, and we will visit a yarn shop, so he can choose yarn he likes, and it's quite hard to find a good pattern for what he wants. So we are searching, and I will knit him a cardigan. I'm very happy. And also my youngest daughter, she wears her socks as home socks, but they are she walked through them, so I have to repair. And my mother was visiting us yesterday, and my parents, and I was looking through Ravelry with my mom. We do that now and then. searching for inspiration for yarns she has. And we saw a sock pattern, worsted weight socks by Think and Knits, their latest collection with all the cables. I don't know the name, I forgot. But my daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, I think that's a stupid word. You don't say daughter. My 13-year-old girl said, "Oh, I like that socks. I love it. Oh, do you want to make them for me?" Oh, okay. I love them too, so I will make them for her. I love it. And I had quite some cardigans and sweaters on my own list, but of course I have enough for this winter, so it's absolutely okay to knit for them. And I think I like it. I love it when they are asking me. Oh, and my daughter also asked for hand warmers, for fingerless mittens. Not hand warmers, that's Dutch, handwarmers. Fingerless mittens. So yeah, I like it. It's quite nice. And I received a very special box from the postman last Friday. I got a message on Instagram from a Dutch knitter, and she said, "Sarah, I knitted 4 Felix cardigans, you know, the pattern from Amy Christophers, 4 Felix cardigans 2 or 3 years ago, and I can't fit in them anymore, and I hardly have worn them. And they are hanging in my," that word again, in that thing you put your clothes in, and can I make you happy with these cardigans? And she showed me some pictures, and it were absolutely 4 amazing colors, 4 amazing cardigans. I know the Felix cardigan pattern, and I love the pattern. I don't have the pattern. It's not on my making list, but I do love Let Lopi, and I do love the pattern. So I said, "Oh, whoa, that's a big thing. I mean, 4 hand knitted cardigans. That's quite something to put away." So I felt blessed. She wanted to share it with me. So I asked her, "What do you want to receive for it? Do you want me to pay?" And she said, "Yeah, I would love to make another cardigan, the Bonnie cardigan." I don't know the designer, I forgot. So I said, "Now when you check what the costs are for yarn for the Bonnie cardigan, and you let me know, I can decide, because I absolutely agree every price would be okay for 4 hand knitted cardigans, but my money to spend on yarn and woolly things, there was no money anymore to spend on that kind of things. I bought so much yarn and needles, and it's just, I don't have it anymore. So that was a bit hard, but I saw the cardigans, and also I don't need 4 cardigans. It felt a bit too much, and it was a bit confusing, because of course I wanted these cardigans, but I had no money for it, but I thought maybe I can share them with other people. So I asked her if is it okay for you when I sell them to other people, because my reach is much more bigger than hers on Instagram. And she said, "Yeah, absolutely fine." And she sent me a lovely message: "Share the warmth if you want to." And I will show you. It is absolutely so. I will put them on because they are so lovely. I have the first one is on needles. Her bind off was quite narrow. I love this. So I love. Oh boy, this is amazing. I love my sleeves to have a not too tight bind off, and the bind off was quite tight, and I think she has longer arms than I have, or she also loves longer sleeves, because this sleeve length is perfect for me, but it was too tight, so I ripped it out and wound off again, but then looser. I'm not ready with it already. But and she had it hanging, and these are from the wooden things you can hang your clothes on. So that's I have to block it again, I guess, to do it. But this color, I love it. It's such a nice color, and it's such a warm hug. And there are no buttons. I will buy buttons for all the cardigans and put them on. And then I love this cardigan on dress. Oh, look at it! I'm absolutely in love. They are so beautiful. They are such nice neutral cardigans for your wardrobe. I love this color also. This is a very beautiful brown. Oh, I love it. And it's absolutely, yeah, I love it. I love the long sleeves. This one I already found off again. I love it. It's also a little bump. So I will block them. And there's this one. Oh, it's also a nice brown. I see me wearing this when I have my black dress. Oh, and this here, you can see this one I didn't, but it's quite tight, and I'm not comfortable with that. But it's just here. But look at it. Oh boy. I feel so blessed. He wants to share this handmade love with me. It is just perfect. There was one. When I told my mother last week I would receive this, my mother said, "Oh, why don't I have your size?" Because they were all size small, and my mother doesn't have a small size, but she knitted her Felix the Felix sweater herself. But she was with us yesterday, and this one seems to be a bit bigger. And it was the perfect fit for my mom. You can see it's a bit more ease and it's a bit longer. So I don't know if this also is a size small. The sleeves are small. I don't know, but it was the perfect fit for my mom. So this one will go to my mom. And it's absolutely fine. But I love this color I love all the colors. They are all so beautiful, so nice. And now I'm much more confused because this one will go to my mom. I have 3 other wonderful Felix cardigans. I want to keep them all, and I bought them. I bought them from her. I paid for it, so they are mine, and that's absolutely okay. But I don't need 3 cardigans. I have some cardigans already by myself, and I want to knit more. And I think there are a lot of people who can't knit these by themselves, and they do want them. And there are also I feel I want to share them. I want to sell them to other people, but also I want to keep it all. I don't know, how could I send these cardigans away? I told my Dutch viewers, if you see one of these cardigans and you think, oh, I want it so hardly, send me a message. Maybe I will share it with you. Maybe I will send it to you. But I don't know. It would be quite hard. I love it. So it was very lovely. It was not a gift, but it was very lovely. She wanted to share her knitting with me. And I'm very happy. It makes me very happy. And it was also because I wanted to knit myself some cardigans, but my family also want all the knitwear. I thought maybe my daughters would wear it, but they don't wear it. It's not their style, and it's too itchy for them. But oh, I love it. I really love it. I'm still confused. I'm very happy. I want to share it and I want to keep it at the same time. So yeah, but it's oh, knitting can make a person so happy, and so yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of warmth, and literally, I guess, and also mentally or so. Yeah, I don't know. So, I guess this was all I wanted to share with you. I want to thank you for all the for all the nice reaction. Now, come on, Sarah. I want to thank you for all the nice comments on my idea to make a daily vlog in February. Because every year I see all the Vlogmas videos and I love it very much. I can't keep up with them right now. It is too much. It is way too much. Everybody's making Vlogmas, and I have quite a busy time, so I don't have much YouTube time. So I was thinking last week about doing this in February when nobody will do it. So and I don't have any busy programs, because February is for me always quite a boring month. So this would add a bit of fun to this boring last winter month, and yeah, I think I will do it. It's still the thought of it still makes me very happy. So yeah, thank you for all the enthusiasm, I guess. Okay, I wish you a very nice week with hopefully a lot of knitting time, a lot of crafting time. Enjoy these special days just before Christmas. In the Netherlands, it is the days are quite dark. It is quite a sunny day. And I hope it will improve the quality of my videos, because last week when it's dark and grey, my phone doesn't like that, but that's okay. And now it's quite sunny and bright outside and cold. So I love that kind of weather, and the dark days. It's getting dark quite early, not as early as in the Scandinavian countries and in the northern countries, but this is the darkest time of the year. 21 of December is the shortest day of the year, so we are going through that, and I love that time of the year when it's nice inside and cozy and quiet and easy, and yeah, I'm enjoying that, so I hope you do too. I wish you a very nice week, and see you next week. Bye bye.